I remember that I was basically very confused. In fact, I was lost. I felt lost a very long time. I felt lost. And but I've always known that I want to help people. I've always known that no matter what, I've always wanted to do something that other people benefited from. But how to do that was the problem. And so I remembered one time, I went to sleep and I was praying and I said, God, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to go about my life right now. And as we were talking about purpose, I lacked the purpose. And so confusion set in because that's what happens when you don't have purpose, you get confused. And so I basically was so lost and I just had this dream where I was in between two worlds, right? And I was in between one really developed nation and a one really poor nation. So poor that I really like just got on my knees and started crying, right? And as I started crying my dream, I was asking God, like, why? Why did you allow this to happen? Why are these people so poor and this other side is so good? You know, and I could see planes flying above us, right? And the plane on the developed side was beautiful, it was big. And then when it got to that, it got past that line where it crossed over to the poor side, it changed to the oldest version of that plane. And it was just really bad. And I really started sobbing. And what I heard was, and I didn't know this at the time, that it was in the Bible somewhere. And what I heard was, my people perish. He said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. And I woke up crying with tears in my eyes. It took me a few minutes to actually stop. And so I thought, okay, I don't know what my dream is, what my purpose is yet, but I feel like my purpose is doing something that's bring knowledge to people. And so yeah, so that began the story of me really taking the steps into doing it. And the more I do it now, I start to realize that my real calling from God is, see, I have a purpose that I already set, which is, coaching, leadership, and mindset and personal development. But then the more I go into it, I start to realize that God wants me to bring that into Africa. So the world that I was seeing, the world that I lived in, which is this area, don't need much of what I want to do. Yeah, so Africa needs a lot more of that. A changing mindset, the knowledge that people need, the basic knowledge that people need to understand how their environment works, what the powers playing behind closed doors. And so, yeah, so it's been an amazing journey for me. And that's what, don't get me wrong, I've been coaching for that whole over 2 years period. And I just thought it would be an amazing thing to see what I can do when I step into that field of, different world.